Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. So I'm here today to talk about the 90-day or 3-month review of the S22 Ultra. And I think that it's pretty darn impressive. This phone, there are a lot of phones that I have that I enjoy. I like my Pixel 6 Pro. I like my iPhone 13 Pro. I like my OnePlus 10 Pro. I mean, there's a lot of pros out there. There's a lot of phones that I like. I love my Sony Xperia 1 Mark III. But the most, I think, impressive phone that's come out in the last 6 to 8 months, for me, is the S22 Ultra. Every time I go grab this phone, let me take it out of the case. We'll sit here and talk about it for a minute. It impresses me. The build quality impresses me. The cameras really impress me. The cameras blow me away. And let me show you something here. I was taking pictures earlier because tonight was the whole blood moon thing outside, if you saw it. But the thing is you can actually take pictures of the moon. I mean, it's crazy what you can do with the camera on this phone. It's just insane, as opposed to what you can't do with most any other smartphone, especially in the US. The iPhone can't do it. The Pixel can't do it. It's uncanny what you can do with this. And the 100 times zoom, the 100 megapixel camera, and then you also get the macro ability, which I love taking macro photos. It's something I really appreciate. You can do it really well with this. The 4K video. It's a great phone. And I really don't like to gush a lot when it comes to phones because I don't want it to come off as fanboyish, and I'm certainly not. But they did basically just about everything right. Now, some people would have liked to have seen more upgraded cameras. With this one, I think it's okay because what they did with the previous cameras, moving them over, the Snapdragon 8 Generation 1, all the computational photography stuff that really improved stuff, they did something similar to what Google did with the Pixel. The Pixel used the same camera for years, and it got better and better every year. Nobody really complained about it because it was taking such good photos, and that's how I feel about this one. They did such a good job on these cameras, especially with the zoom on here, the telephoto zoom reaching all the way out. It's actually usable now. I mean, it was usable with the S21 Ultra, but it's made such a huge leap from the, okay, this is kind of a gimmick with the S20 Ultra. You get the selfie camera. It takes amazing photos. It takes great video as well. The live focus stuff when it comes to taking the videos, the portrait camera stuff. I've had such an enjoyable experience with this one. I like it a lot. The screen is probably the best you can get on any phone. It's big, it's beautiful, it's got amazing brightness, the 120 hertz refresh rate, the Quad HD Plus, the balance, the hold in the hand, and then of course you get the S Pen, which is something that takes it to the next level that other phones just can't do. Unless you get a Moto G stylus, but it's not quite in the same level of competition. But I like that we upgraded with this one. I still wish there was an actual S22 no stylus option because some people don't want the Note style phone. I wish we could have got it maybe $100 less and just have maybe like a little filler in there. You don't have to get the S Pen, but some people didn't want this because they feel like it cannibalized the actual Ultra phone on the S22 lineup, and I kind of agree, but it's also a very good phone. So if you can get it for basically the same price as what the S21 Ultra cost the previous year, and you get the extras, and you don't have to have the stylus on the side, that wonky case that makes the phone fatter, okay then. But yes, I acknowledge there is some controversy there when it comes to people's opinions and affection for this phone because effectively, yes, it's the Note 22 Ultra. It is. Battery life has been solid. I haven't had complaints about it like I did with the S21 Ultra or the S20 Ultra. It is better. The Snapdragon 8 Generation 1 does seem to handle that pretty well. I've got the 256 model, 12 gigs of RAM. It's just decked out to the nines. You still got DeX. You can use that if you want for your whole desktop mobile platform setup if you want to go that route. And it's just an enjoyable experience. Perfect for gaming, perfect for taking photos, perfect for doing work. So the one thing that I really like about the S22 Ultra versus the Fold 3, which I use all the time, you don't have this right here. You don't have the crease in the middle. And that really irks me because as I'm doing thumbnails, I'm actually drawing things, I'm using it to write. I'm using it to do the gestures with the S Pen and I'm drawing with it. Yeah, it's something that really, really irks me because it's continually disrupting my flow. So Samsung needs to find a way to make a better display that doesn't have the big notch in it. But I can see where somebody would be wanting to get something like this because you just get the one big, nice screen. And the other thing is a lot of people don't like to open up the Fold all the time. So if you don't want to use this, you have to open it up. So a lot of people don't want to open up all the time. It's not always convenient to open it up and use the big screen. This screen is too small. So when you talk about having the S22 Ultra, you have the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, which works really well. It works fast. It works very accurately. It's just a nice treat. The biometrics are solid. The performance is solid. There's not a whole lot of things I have to complain about this phone other than the price, which is expensive. You look at the Pixel 6 Pro, it's $899. That definitely undercuts it. You look at a lot of other phones. Yeah, if you want to get a fantastic phone, you look at the Sony Xperia 1 Mark III, it was like $1499. The Xperia 1 Mark IV is going to be $1599. Granted, that's for a kind of different type of scenario. It's more of a professional level phone that you would want to use with a very, very powerful camera sensor on it, manual mode, all the different Sony stuff. This one works out well because it's just about the best you can get in the point and shoot department, except for the camera lag. I do not like the shutter lag. Now, what do we mean by shutter lag? What we mean with shutter lag is when you press the button, it doesn't instantly take the photo. It takes a second to take the photo. So that's something that some people don't like. Some people are just used to it because Samsung has had all their cameras like this for a very, very long time. For me, it kind of irks me because the Pixel and the iPhone, they shoot so quickly when you push the button. But that's just about the only major complaint that I have for this phone. Other than that, it runs really well. It's got the latest and greatest Android 12. It's getting much better with the security updates. It's actually got to the May security patch faster than Google did, which is pretty amazing because Samsung used to be in the software update department, and now they're basically the best one. They give you 4 years of operating system updates, which is the only one that does that in the Android world, and 5 years of security patches, where even Google is still only giving you 3 years of operating system updates. So if you buy one of these phones, it's basically guaranteed to be good for 5 years. And I'm fairly certain with the power and the sophistication and everything it has under the hood on this one, it'll probably last you for 5 years. It even has a lot of stuff to protect and preserve the battery life in here. Different features you can do where it only charges to 85%, or it charges in a much more safe way to preserve your battery life, but you can still charge it pretty fast. Also, I don't like it still doesn't come with a charger, but I feel like that's kind of a dead horse at this time. We've pretty much beaten that one pretty well over the last 2 years. I'm pretty certain it's not coming back. And it's a very frustrating thing because we're kind of stuck with it, but it's not just Samsung. It's Apple, it's Samsung, it's Google, it's basically everybody at this point. So 3 months later, I've really been enjoying it. The battery life lasts me all day, and it's something that I have no problem recommending. If it's something you want to go buy, you're probably going to love it. I absolutely love the screen on here. Every time I use it, it's an absolute pleasure. There are some phones where it's like, okay, the screen's nice. Okay, it's cool. You go outside. It could be brighter. The 120 hertz is nice, but it doesn't look quite as good. The color saturation is not quite there. It's not. There are some things where you look at it and you're like, okay, cool. And then this one, it just takes the cake in basically every area. The screen, no compromises here whatsoever, and you don't have to worry about degradation, cracking down the middle, or any of the other problems that the folding phones have. Because this one is one solid screen. It doesn't have a crease in the middle. It's not folding. So in the big screen world, the S22 Ultra, basically the Note 22 Ultra, I think takes the cake so far. And we're going to have to see what happens later on this year. There's rumors of a OnePlus 10 Ultra. That would be kind of cool. We've got the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro coming out this fall. We've got the iPhone 14 coming out this fall. But the S22 Ultra right now stands alone at the top of the Android smartphone world in complete package across the board. Least amount of compromises, most amount of frills, most amount of nice things, most amount of cool stuff. And if you do a trade-in or a financing or buy it from Samsung, and they make it more than affordable for most people if you're looking to upgrade, especially when it comes to carrier stuff. Not a lot of people are paying outright $11.99 for this phone, but there are a lot of incentives, a lot of trade-ins, there's always deals, and that makes it great for people who are looking to get one because you can trade in an older phone and stuff, and you can make it a lot more appealing to your wallet, especially with financing stuff. But everybody's different. Not everybody wants to go buy a top-of-the-line phone. Not everybody wants to spend $1,200 on a phone. I can talk to you about other phones all day long that I'm excited about, like the Pixel 6. It's a great phone for a lot less money. We've got the Pixel 6a coming out. We've got the S21 FE. There's some good options out there that you don't have to pay $1,200 for a phone and give you a lot of great features. But if we're going to talk about what is basically the best of the best in the Android world right now, even better than the Pixel 6 Pro, it's this guy right here, especially with the multi-dimension capabilities where you add in the S Pen and all of its functionality on top of it. So 3 months later, kicking with gas. I think it's the best Samsung phone, non-foldable, that they've ever made, and it's probably my most favorite Note. that they've ever made as well. Used to be the Note 8. This one has passed it up for me, and I definitely like this phone a lot. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please go down in the comment section. I will get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.